How do you do? How are you? Wow! And how are you? And how are you? The father-in-law. Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, my. Thank you for that lovely welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and great to have you back for the first in a new series of 3, 2, 1. You haven't forgotten how to do that, have you? I hope you've been practicing all summer, but it's good to have you with us. And what can you say at a time like this? Because the theme we're giving you straight away this week is the Victorian Music Hall. Now, there were some interesting people around in the Victorian times. I mean, who was there? There was George Eliot, the author, who was really a woman. Yeah. And there was Oscar Wilde. Well, he just walked that way. But as it's Victorian Music Hall, ladies and gentlemen, we were going to ask all of our studio audience to dress up like the good old days with all those funny clothes, but I see you beating us to it, sir. No, it's lovely, that, isn't it, eh? Is that man at CNA? No. Well, you know what this is? Jumble Sale, WVS. Good to have you with us, though. Really is. I must say, I tell you one thing that a lot of people don't realise, that the Victorian costumes are still around. Now, do you wear long johns? Yeah, he does. I just knew he would. Well, if you're ever in them and they catch fire, beware, there's only one escape hatch. And you've got to be a contortionist to get through that. However, our contestants have to be more than a contortionist to escape from our resident booby prize. That's our devious decoy, Dusty Bin. He's waiting for us. Here he is. Come on, Dusty. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, dressed up as a newspaper seller as well? Yeah, but beware. He'll sell you short rather than sell you a newspaper, because remember, if he's won, a brand new dustbin is all our contestants take home. They're the people who have to look out for him, so let's meet the people without whom we just couldn't do our program, our contestants. Say hello.
Granville and Mary Lane from Leicester. Frank and Louis Waite from Leeds. Albert and Bobby Summers from London.
And here we go. We meet our first couple tonight, who are Albert and Bobby Summers, who are from Walthamstow in London, yes? My part of the world originally. Now, I see it's S-O-M-E-R-S. Is that Sommers or Summers?
Summers.
Summers is the way you say that. Good. And Albert, you're retired now, but you used to work where men swear.
That's right. With menswear.
Oh, in menswear. Sorry. Anyway, you must have seen things change. You've been married for 52 years, haven't you?
Right.
52. How's that, eh? Lovely. Right. Make them feel at home, will you, folks? Good that you're here. Lovely. Now then, here we've got, Mary and Granville Lane. Granville Lane? That's not a name, it's an address. I see. Interesting part-time job you've got to tell us about. What do you do?
Toastmaster.
A toastmaster? And Mary, do you do anything these days to work?
Yes, I do knitting, demonstration knitting for a Belgian firm.
For a Belgian firm?
Yes.
Oh, Hanks across the sea?
Yes, definitely.
Now, our last couple we've got Louis and Frank Waite, and you're from Roundhay.
Yes,
Nice
indeed.
part of Leeds, indeed. Yeah. Frank, you're retired now, but you worked for an agricultural firm now, what, for 40 years you worked for?
Yeah,
yes?
Plus, actually.
And Louis, how about you? No, this is interesting. You and Frank, you take French lessons now.
Indeed, we do.
Can you say a bit of French for us now?
Aujourd'hui,
Nous avons
nous avons très heureux.
Oui.
Today is a very happy day for us.
Is that? No, you know what that really means? You can't have a passport for France. That's what it means. Make them feel at home, folks. Really. Glad you're here. Good luck. Good luck to you. Okay. Right, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1 starts with the quiz. Remember, it is possible for each couple to win up to £1,000. They play 2 rounds, £10 for each correct answer in the first round, and whatever they win at the end of the first round is what they get for each correct answer in the second round. At the end of the quiz, the couple with the lowest amount of money leaves us at that moment. But right now, let's meet the lovely lady with the questions. Caroline Munro is back with us. Caroline. Yeah. Oh, yes. Like that. As you can hear, I'm not the only one that likes that. Now, you've been busy too while we've been off the air, right?
I have.
But you're still not televising, but what, filming?
Filming. I've been first of all in the recording studio, singing.
Really?
And then making a new film.
And what's the film called?
It's called Don't Open Till Christmas.
Uh-huh. And when does it open? Christmas?
Christmas.
Good, we look forward to that. Let's play the quiz, shall we? Okay, there's Albert and Bobby there. One of those three is for you. Thanks, Caroline. Okay, Bobby and Albert, you know what happens here. We like you to answer alternately, and it's always ladies first. We let you have one to start with. 2 ways we can stop you if you make a mistake or run out of time. And if you don't know an answer, just say pass, don't know, and I'll go on to your partner with the next question, because at least that way, if you don't know and you're not sure, you can build up your score. Good luck to you. Now, this question, Victorian Music Hall is our theme. It's about well-known lines from popular and traditional songs. We will give you the beginning of a well-known line. We want you to give us the last word. Now, over the sea is followed by sky. Over the sea to is followed by sky. Do you understand that? Over the sea to sky. That's how it's going to be. So we'll start you with that one. Over the sea to
Sky.
a bicycle made for
Two.
Here's a health unto her.
Majesty.
I've never seen a straight.
Pass.
My old man said follow the.
Band.
Sorry, no. I'm sorry, yeah, I wondered whether that would happen. In fact, Bobby, it was banned, and I got our adjudicator, Deborah Sutherland, here, and in fact, would you believe, the song is My Old Man Said Follow the Van.
My mother used to sing it as band.
Oh, dear. Well, you should have
So
told
she
her
used
as
to
well. What a
sing it.
shame. We have to accept the first one. I'm sorry about
Fair
that,
enough.
but, you know, she does say it is van, and it's right, not band. Nevertheless, the other one you didn't know was, and I have heard this myself, shows you how long I've been around, I've never seen a straight
Banana.
banana. Well, perhaps he hasn't seen one for a long time, have you?
I haven't.
Never mind, you've not done bad. You got 3 right, and that gives you £30 to start with. You're up the mark. Good. Okay. Granville and Mary, one of those is for you.
Sure.
Same procedure, answer alternately. And as I say, if you don't know an answer, say don't know or pass. Again, we'll let you have one to start with. It's the same kind of question. It's about well-known lines from popular and traditional songs. We will give you the beginning of a well-known line. We want you to give us the last word. Now, what shall we do with the drunken is followed by sailor. Okay, so what shall we do with the drunken?
Sailor.
Cockles and
Muscles.
Daddy wouldn't buy me a
Bow wow.
powder your face with
Sunshine.
maybe it's because I'm a
Londoner.
old Uncle Tom Cobley and
All.
the little boy that Santa Claus
Forgot.
drink to me only with thine
Eyes.
way down upon the Swanee
River.
if you've got to make a fool of.
Pass.
Yes, a little more recent, I would say, only 20 years recent.
Yes.
If you got to make a fool of somebody,
Body,
was
yes.
a big hit for Freddie and the Dreamers. However, 9 right gives you £90. Good one. Good one.
Sorry, I wasn't sure.
So, last, thank you. So the last envelope means that's the one for Louis and Frank. And again, it's the same procedure. Answer alternately. If you don't know, just say, don't know. This question is about well-known lines from popular and traditional songs. We will give you the beginning of a well-known line. We want you to give us the last word. Now, the Lass of Richmond is followed by Hill. So we'll start you with that one. The Lass of Richmond.
Hill.
Charlie is my...
Darling.
My Bonnie lies over the...
Ocean.
Watch the wall, my...
Pass.
Hold your hand out, you naughty...
Boy.
Dear Ken John...
B.
Last train to San...
Pass.
You are my honeysuckle, I am the...
B.
All through the...
Night.
Once a jolly...
Sailor.
No.
Jackman.
Once a jolly swagman.
Swagman.
Yes, once a jolly swagman.
Yes.
The last train was to San Fernando. That was one I'd never heard of. Watch the wall, my darling. That's what we wanted there. However, not bad, right? 7 there, I think. Yes, £70 you have. That's okay. So, at the end of our first round, we've got Bobby and Albert from London on £30. We've got couple number 3, that's Frank and Louis, on £70. In the lead at the moment, we have Granville and Mary here on £90. Couple number 2. Good. Okay, we off we go. So, now then, Bobby and Albert, you're going this time for £30 for each correct answer. Thank you. That's the one you're going to choose. And good luck to you. Hold a hand if you want, go on. We don't care. That's it.
That's better.
Feel nice and at home. This question here is about comics and comedians, past and present, and their first names. We will give you the surname of a well-known funny person, and we want you to give us their first name. So funny people and their first names. Now, Mr. Kinnear has the first name Roy. We'll start you with that one. Kinnear and...
Roy.
Morecambe.
Eric.
Durante.
Schnuzzle.
No, I'm sorry about that, Albert. That was, in fact, Bobby's question. She should have answered that one. In fact, Durante, it was Jimmy, but Schnozzle, we would have accepted. It just has to go alternately in sequence.
Well,
otherwise...
I assumed that it was...
No, but that's the way it goes. I'm sorry about that. However, you know, Morecambe was right, and Kinnear was the one we gave you. So at the end of that, we do have 2. So you've got £60. There you are. That's all right. That's the way it is. Now then, one of those 2 for Granville and Mary. And you are going for £90 for each correct answer. And again, it's a similar question. It's about comics and comedians, past and present, and their first names. We will give you the surname of a well-known funny person. We want you to give us their first name. So funny people and their first names. Mr. Inman has the first name John. We'll start you with that one. Inman and...
John.
Tarbuck.
Jimmy.
Cribbins.
Pass.
Wall. Wall.
Pass.
Hancock.
Tony.
Jason.
Pass.
Grayson.
Pass.
Connolly. Connolly.
Pass.
Whitfield. Whitfield. Sorry, out of time on Whitfield. I would have said David. God love David
Yes,
for
I
that.
would, yes, I
Whitfield, of course, was June Whitfield, was what we wanted. June Whitfield. Connolly was Billy Connolly.
Connolly.
Grayson was Larry Grayson.
Oh, God, he'll never
Jason,
forgive
well,
me.
he will forgive you, of course he will. Jason was David Jason, a very talented actor. And Wall, the great Max Wall.
Wall.
Cribbins, again, a very talented fella,
talented.
Mr. Bernard Cribbins. However, at the end of that, what have we scored? We've got £270. That's still not bad. That's not bad.
Sorry, darling.
Here we are, Frank and Louis. Thank you very much, Caroline. Now, Frank and Louis are going for £70 for each correct answer. Again, a similar question about comics and comedians, past and present, and their first names. We will give you the surname of a well-known funny person. We want you to give us their first name. So funny people and their first names. Now, Miss Goddard has the first name Lisa. So we'll start you with that one. Goddard and
Lisa.
Wise.
Ernest.
Cleese.
Pass.
Winters.
Pass.
Craig. Craig. Milligan.
Pass.
Maynard. Maynard. Dawson.
Les.
Flanagan. Flanagan.
Allen, but no.
No. And Sykes. The bell's beaten us. You were just about to come out with Eric then. I could see it coming through, Frank. Never mind. Eric Sykes was what we wanted. Flanagan was Bud Flanagan.
Oh, of course.
You know it's Flanagan and Allen.
Yes,
Alan, you
I
can't.
never think
I
of
can't even
Alan,
say it. Les Dawson we got. Maynard was Bill Maynard, of course, the gaffer. Milligan, the great Spike Milligan. Craig was Wendy Craig. And Winters, well, there was Bernie, there was Mike, there was even Jonathan Winters. And Cleese, well, John Cleese. So at the end of that, what have you got? You've got £210. Well, here we are. Oh, dear. So, that's the way it goes. You can never tell. At the end of our quiz on the first show of this series, we do have Bobby and Albert on £60. We've got couple number 3, that's Frank and Louis. They've got 210. The winners of the quiz this week, they're Granville and Mary. £270 they've got. Hold on. Oh, dear. Hey, well, good luck. Oh, don't worry. Sit there for a while. You've got to go through part 2 yet. We're going to say goodbye to Bobby and Albert right now, but not for long. You're going to stay around with us, aren't you?
Yes.
Good for you. It's not easy, folks, when you sit out there, believe me, and it's the same at home. I've actually been at home when people have listened to the questions, go backwards and forwards, sit here and try and answer it. It's not quite the same. However, the money's gone straight in the skyrocket, hasn't it, Albert? Well done. There's the ceramic dusty bin. Bobby, take care. Give us a kiss. Come on. Good for you. And give them a round of applause. Thank you, Albert. Sit still. Sit down. Here you are. Just stay there for a minute. Okay, time for the break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes on 3, 2, 1. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, it's part 2 of 3, 2, 1. First show of this series, and the theme this week is Victorian Music Hall. We have Granville and Mary, who are from Leicester, They're against Frank and Louis, who are from Roundhay in Leeds, not far up the road. You know what happens here, folks? At the end of each one of the items we're going to show you, one of our guests will come here to the table, leave a clue object, and they'll read you a rhyme. Now, when we have 3 of them on the table, I'm going to ask each of you to select one to reject if you get through the elimination question. So good luck to you, and on we will go with our theme of Victorian Music Hall. And who better to chair the show than my old mate, Mr. Christopher Emmett.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to our entertainment extravaganza par excellence. To auspicate this auspicious occasion, we take 4 portions of pulchritudinous perfection, top it up with a tincture of tantalizing terpsichorean technique, and add the mellow melodies of our own mellifluous, mischievous minstrel. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Brian Rogers, young ladies, and Mr. Mike Newman!
Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a lovely one with such a lot of style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever they go, they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? And it's a chick. All swing down here. Here we go. As I walk along the boy below with an independent air, you can hear the clowns declare. You can see them sigh and hope to die, and then watch them wink the other eye at the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo. And I walk along the boy below with an independent air, you can hear the girls declare. You can see them sigh and hope to die, watch them wink the other eye at the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo. My old man said follow the band and don't dilly-dally on the way. Oh, when the band with me old back did it, I followed on with me old cock linnet. We dillied and dallied, dallied and dillied, lost the way and don't know where to roam. But you can't trust the special like the old time cover when you can't find your way home. Because I dillied and dallied, dallied and dillied, lost the way and don't know where to roam. But you can't trust the special like the old time cover when you can't find your way home.
There he is. Michael Malad.
How are you again?
Again.
Hello again.
We meet so soon.
Now listen.
What are you leaving for the clue?
I'm leaving a box of stationery like
Okay,
so.
that's your clue.
That's the clue, and the rhyme is, no experts rise to this, backtrack or you'll miss.
That's all there is.
Backtrack or you'll miss. There you are, Governor.
Oh, no access. Well, backtrack. Oh, no, it's going around here like already.
I'll leave that there anyway.
Let's thank
Take
Mike
care.
Newman.
See you
Cheers,
later.
Mike.
Take care, my friend.
See you,
God
mate.
bless.
Yeah. Now. Well, there's a bit of a buzz going on here, which is rather good. I'll tell you what, you've just heard it for the first time. Any idea what you think it might be? No idea.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. It could be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to go back to our chairman for Act number 2, please.
Thank you. And for our second presentation, we have for you an integration of elusive incredibility, a luxuriance of lively legerdemain, a positive plethora of peerless prestidigitation, a magician. But no ordinary magician. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the sheer magic of Mr. Harold Taylor.
Ladies, thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. I am going to perform a little miracle that I had the extreme good fortune of performing before Her Most Gracious Majesty, Queen Victoria. And she said, when I did this, how did you do it? I would like, if I may, to drink your health. Because Prince Albert, when he saw that trick, marvellous, he stood up. He had to stand up to go home. Now watch that. I don't think you know that. He was the chap, or his ancestors, put up the money for Stonehenge. Excuse me. That's probably how you got the job. Excuse me. Cheers. Chicken, wine, 3 drinks and you leave. Cheers. I'll kill that cat. I'm sorry about that. Now, you can do this trick at home. You really can. Any colour paper, so long as you use black. Oh, come back. Look at that. And there we are. Wonderful. Splendid indeed. Thank you. Now, I will now make the little dicky birds disappear. This is the bit. Dramatic. Showmanship. Isn't it sickening when you're trying to do your best? Now, honestly. Everything happens to me. If they saw Lady in 2, I get the bit that eats. Lovely gag. An old lady fainted in the front when I did that one day. Now, please watch this very carefully. I'm going to fire... Put your little bombs down now. Fire the magic pistol, and by firing the magic pistol, ladies and gentlemen, the birds will vanish. Gene Krupa. We did that without a rehearsal. We take it to bits. Watch very closely. This goes there. They've gone. Oh, yes, they have. That goes there. This we take off very... I got this when I copped at a sale at Sotheby's. That goes there, this goes there, that 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 goes there. That's it, and that's your lot, and we're away. Thank you so very much. Yes, there he is. Hey, Harold, come on.
Oh, you see that? He's a bigger ham than I am. Good to see you again after such a long time.
Lovely to see you, Ted. It really is lovely to see you.
You're working very, very strongly, of course, everywhere, but you're doing something a little different, aren't you? Something to do with films, tell me.
Oh, yes.
What are you doing on that?
I'm the technical magical advisor.
Really? Congratulations to you. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased for you.
Me too.
What are you going to leave these folks as a clue, then?
A clue? 2 cards, appropriately, Ted.
Oh, two cards?
Yes.
2 cards as the clue, and how about their writers?
If I can read this, it says here, pick a card, any card, if your luck's in, the choice is hard.
His mince pies have gone there, haven't they? Yeah, do me a favour and thank Harold Taylor. Good luck. Thank you, Harold.
Okay, God bless.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you. God bless.
There you are. Indeed, he was a smashing act. He's a lovely fella. He said, pick a card, any card. If your luck's in, the choice is hard. As indeed it is. Doesn't mean a great deal to you, does it?
Not a great deal, yes.
Well, at this stage, not at this stage. 1 on the table, then you're going to hear the other 2 of them again, and we've got to make up our mind about what we're going to do. If we get through the elimination question, good luck. Let's go back again to our chairman for act number 3 on our bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, stand by for a superabundance of scintillating silliness, a jamboree of jolly jocundity. And when I add a torrent of titters from the tattler with the tickling stick, you'll know I mean the one and only Mr. Ken Dodd!
That's it! My dear friend! It's not me! I would say! Find him never before in the history! Shook it! Have you shook it right? First of all, gentlemen, my Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, my gracious Lord Mayor, good gracious Lady Mayoress, ladies, can I say how completely discombobulated, how tatty-hilarious to be with you here this evening, here in this magnificent shed, this tribute to superglue, this theatre of the imagination. Have you all got a good imagination? Good. You'll need it. The elephant hasn't turned up. See, whenever we play a beautiful theatre like this, and it is beautiful, isn't it? They always supply me with a butler, a dresser to put me in my tights with a warm spoon. And tonight, I have my very own French maid, Mademoiselle Gladys Tootsuite. Gladys? Gladys? This is Gladys Tootsuite, ladies and gentlemen. It's all meat, a real treat. Oh, you don't get many of those in a quarter. Gladys, you left your engine running, love. Gladys, I'd like you to do a favour, love, for me. But first of all, I want you to... What? Somebody come on. Gladys, I want you to take this coat, if you will, round to the back of the shed and go to my dressing room. If I'm not there by 10 o'clock, start without me. Bonsoir, Gladys. Bonsoir, bye, Joe. Oh, I think you've got a perfect cheek. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say how... Did you see that? They can't touch you very, you know? Not if you've been sponsored. You think, ladies and gentlemen, could we have a trial laugh? Could we have a trial? Because I don't feel I'm getting through. Could we have a trial ha-ha? There's a trial ha-ha. I'm getting desperate. A trial ha-ha. A trial ha-ha. 1, 2, 3. Perhaps you feel happy and laughing to music. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have it enormously Spence, sorry. This is... Professor Llewellyn Titarovsky, BSA in clips, harmony hairspray, and thermal underwear. With or without trapdoor, according to his natural bent. Professor. Thank you, Batman. Have you any... Please, it's my act. It's my act. Professor. Is he allowed to toot at will? Where are you from, young man?
Liverpool.
Ah, that accounts for a lot. Professor. Have you any laughter ha-ha music? 4 pence, please, thank you. Come on, girls. Here we go. Hee hee. Are you laughing at something I've said or something he's done? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I've chosen for my farewell piece to render for you, meaning to tear apart that fine British baritone solo, The Road to Mandalay. Take it, boys. Yes, I'm sorry, I've hummed when I should have tiddled. That's it, we're in. We must all be fishers' chaps, fishers' chips, fish and chips. What was yours, love? Any peas? No peas. Whatever am I going to do with all these peas? Eh? Soak 'em. The road to Mandalay. In the street of 1,000 arc lamps. On the left, as you pass Shanghai, there's a slant-eyed Chinese coolie. Name of who flung what and why. For it was there, that I first met Manda. What a gal. And we made a date one day. As I peeked in through her window, I could see where Manda lay. Whoa, are you coming out to play? Come you back! 2, 3, come you back. Confucius said, 4, 5, can't we hear? Pineapples chunking from Rangoon to Gao Mandalay. On the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play. And the wind blows up like thunder out from China, across the bay. British Bulldogs, we must all try to remember to keep a stiff upper lip. We all know what happens when you keep a stiff upper lip. You dribble all down your waistcoat. Yes, all over the world, us British Bulldogs, we are being put on, sat on, and sure enough, one of these days, they'll go too far. All together, come you. Perfect! Forward, men! Charge! Everybody march around the theatre. That's it. Let's recapture. To that march, lift on the road to
And I'm sorry about the draft, Ken.
Sorry, but yes, it is a bit drafty. I don't know where it's coming from. I know where it's going to. Two lovely silver blondes here.
Are they lovely?
A tickling stick. That's the clue, a tickling stick. And the clue in with this lovely poetry. I don't know who writes this, but he ought to be given something for it.
He will be.
Grandpa says, chuck the heather. This might say when, not whether.
When? Oh, weather.
Grandpa says, chuck the heather. This might say when, not whether. I could do a quick 10 minutes on this show.
Yes, but he won't, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Doss. Thank you, Ken. Lovely. The great Ken Doss. Well, there you are. He's just brought you that one in. You've heard that a couple of times, which is a bit unusual. I can read the other two again now. Remember the first one, that's the box of stationery, was brought in by Mike Newman. And Mike said, no experts rise to this. Backtrack or you'll miss.
No experts rise to this. Backtrack.
This was the number 2 item. This was brought in by Harold Taylor, remember. He brought you in 2 cards and said, pick a card, any card. If your luck's in, the choice is hard. The choice ain't easy, whichever way you look at it. Is it, really?
No, not at all.
You want to what?
Part with that one.
You would like to reject that one
Yeah.
if you get through.
Yeah.
And why is that, Mary? Why do you think?
Well,
You think it's the bin?
I think Dust the Bin is a joke. And
Oh, he's certainly a joke, all right, and he's a bit naughty. When you
Yeah.
don't reject him, if you win him, he's a bit naughty. If you reject him, it's good. Do you want to get rid of that, do you?
Yeah.
Is that all right, Grandpa?
Yes, okay with me.
How about you then, Frank and Louis?
This one is it?
Do you want to do the same?
I think so.
You would like to reject this one as well if you get through the elimination question?
I would think
Is that okay if we settle on that then?
Yeah.
All right.
You won't fall.
We've agreed. You won't fall out. I'm sure you won't. You're lovely people. So we've agreed that whatever happens, when we come back, whoever gets through the elimination question is going to reject the 2 cards brought in by Harold Taylor. That's okay. Yep. Good luck to you. Whoever, of course, wins this goes through to the big prizes and Dusty Bin. Here we are. Here's the question. It's a famous British comedian. He was famous for his comedy songs. He was also famous for his lack of height. One of his most famous songs was the Bee Song.
Arthur.
You got it. Well done, Mary. Oh, dear. Oh, my. Well done, Mary. You see, never know you speak. Mind you were pretty speechless then, Granville. I know it's easy to freeze once you think you know the answer, and we do unfortunately have to say goodbye to Louis and Frank, but Caroline is here, of course, with the money that you won in the quiz. How much was it, Caroline?
£210.
£210, folks. Not a bad night. There's that lovely ceramic Dusty Bin. And Louis, if you'd like to just take a look over at Chris Emmett there, our chairman, because Chris has got for you, it's a consolation prize, and it's a beautiful carriage clock. Take a look at that. There's the consolation. Is that nice?
Having a wonderful day.
Ah, good. So there you are. A wonderful day. Wonderful people. Frank, Louis, take care.
And
Give them a round of applause, folks. They're lovely folks. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, Mary. You've rejected the 2 cards, haven't you? Brought in by Harold Taylor, so we'll see you in just a couple of minutes on 3, 2, 1. See you in a minute. Thank you. There they are. Part 3 of 3, 2, 1. This week's theme is Victorian Music Hall. We've got Granville and Mary Lane from Leicester. Got through, and you've rejected the 2 cards, the Joker and the Ace of Spades. Would you hold that for me, Mary, please? Brought in, of course, by Harold Taylor, who said, pick a card, any card. If your luck's in, the choice is hard. Indeed, the choice is hard on all of these. And you think this is the Dusty Bin, yeah?
Well, I thought the Joker is the bin, you know.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, let's just have a look, see what it is. Harold brought you in the 2 cards. Well, that could have made you think of 2 cars, but that's maybe expecting too much on this show. Pick a card, any card, he said. If your luck's in, the choice is hard. In fact, you are going to make a choice. 2 cards. Between 2 cars, the Mini City and the Mini Mayfair. Oh, there we are. Oh, yeah. Oh, how about that?
Well, I can't drive anywhere.
Oh, gee, well, she's just said, I can't drive anyway, she said. Isn't that lovely? Oh, what a shame.
Never mind.
Never mind, indeed. Well, it's all a lot of fun, isn't it?
Wow. Too.
You've what?
I've got a new car too.
Oh, he's got a new one. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you. We will go back and we'll have item number 4, if you please.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the enjoyment you will derive, if any, from the next artiste is due entirely to the bounteous beneficence of our benefactress, Lady Wellington Boot, the proud owner of this pleasure house, the provider of my perquisites, and the mother of the next artiste. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, and you are welcome to her, Miss Emmeline Wellington Boot.
My name is Emmeline, and I've a great surprise for you. I bet you think I'm 31. I'm not. I'm 32. And yesterday I said, Mama, why can't I have a boo? She said, my pet, oh no, not yet, 'cause you're too young, you know. I'm a little too young to know, you know. I'm a little too young to know. Someday I'll be older when I'm a bit older. Ah! But now I'm too young to know. I love Mama and would not like to hurt her for the world. But you, I'd like to paint my face and wear my hair all curled. I'd like to find a M-A-N and say, let's have some fun. But I don't think I could finish what I think I just begun. I'm a little too young to know, you know. I'm a little too young to know. You wait till I'm 40. I'm going to be naughty.
Knocked out, isn't she?
Thank you.
Very talented lady. What are you going to leave them as a clue?
Well, I don't know. I quite like another one, I think.
Hang around here, you're right. No.
This says it's a megaphony.
A megaphone.
Megaphone.
Megaphone, OK.
And,
and what's the rhyme?
Are you ready for this? Will you be listening in? Old Faithful, not old if you win. I don't know.
Neither does anybody, and it does seem to get harder. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila Steeple. Thanks, Sheila.
Thanks very
Good
much,
luck.
Sheila.
Bye, love. Well, what do you say, Mary? You don't have to whisper in his ear. We can hear you. What were you saying? Any idea about that?
Well, bin rhymes with wind.
Bin rhymes with win. Well, there you are. It rhymes with a lot of things, yes.
Can we listen to the other
You can hear one of these two again. You'd like to hear what? There's, remember, the stationery brought in by Mike Newman or Doddy's tickling stick?
Yeah, Doddy's tickling stick.
OK, you'd like to hear that? Doddy brought in the tickling stick and said, Grandpa says, chuck the heather. This may say when, not whether. Sorry, Grandpa says, chuck the heather. This might say when, not whether.
Scottish holiday, do you think, or something like that? Scottish holiday?
Well, there you are. You're getting to the difficult. You've got rid of the marvellous prize, of course. As you know, the car is a superb prize. There are 4 good prizes on the show. One difficult one, the booby prize. One of these 3 has to go now.
It's your choice now.
She's giving it to you then, Granville. What do you say? Any idea, folks? Megaphone? Megaphone. Oh, really? Oh, dear.
Right, megaphone.
Yes? Is that OK to get rid of?
Yes, that's OK.
You'd like to get rid of the megaphone?
Great faith in the British public.
In the British public, or a section of them anyway.
A section of them.
All right. The Garforth section. OK. So, yes, I can say it now. The megaphone, is that going to go?
That's it.
All right, Mary? Fine. All right, I will open that. That was brought in, number 4, just now by Sheila, who said, will you be listening in, Old Faithful, not old, if you win? So, let's hope you're right. Here we go now. Okay, she brought you in, Sheila, the megaphone, and said, will you be listening in? So that could mean something to listen to. Inside the home, Old Faithful, not old if you win. Faithful could imply fidelity. High fidelity, perhaps? Well, this certainly isn't old. It's the very latest remote-controlled hi-fi system, turntable, tuner, cassette player, recorder, and amplifier. Take a look at this. Oh, Garford.
Doing very well, aren't we?
Granville says, doing very well, aren't we? Well, that really is a fabulous prize. You said you could have done with that?
Yes, we could.
Well, that's the very best. And you had great help there from the folks from Garford. But I'm afraid we haven't got rid of you-know-who yet, and we are coming up to our last item. So, indeed, I'll go back and say to our chairman, please, may we have item number 5, our finale, if you please, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, indeed. And now it's time for the perigee of our prodigious programme. The apotheosis of our astral aggregation. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you once more Mr. Ken Dodd!
Hello! Who's your lady friend? Who's that little girl behind your side? I've seen you with a girl or two. Oh, I am surprised at you. Hello! Stop your little games. Don't you think your ways you ought to mend? It wasn't the girl I saw you with at Brighton. Who's your lady friend? Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so blue. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Who were you with last night? Who were you with last night? It wasn't your sister, it wasn't your mom. Who were you with last night? Out in the pale moonlight. Are you gonna tell your missus when you get home who you were with last night? If you were the only girl in the world, and I were the only boy, I've cracked it. Nothing else would matter in this world today. We could go on loving in the same old way. Garden of Eden, just laid for two, with nothing to mar our joy. I can say such wonderful things to you. There would be such wonderful things to do if you were the only girl in the world and I were the only boy.
There he is again.
Hello. Good evening. Hello, love. I'll see. That's a tickling stick. Right, what? Ted, a full house.
A full house, aren't you the lucky
A
one?
full house. Right, Joe, I'll see the doctor about that. A full house and another rhyme. Combining, not coming.
Yes.
I don't mind. Combining, not coming, but going. The secret's in showing your knowing. Well, that
And the vicar said, but if you don't put them back, ladies and gentlemen, the only Ken Dodd. Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ken.
I'll keep you back.
Oh, dear.
think.
The great Ken Dodd. What do you think about that one, Mary? Any idea?
I don't know. I haven't been very lucky so
Come
far.
on, come on.
Oh, Gramble says, come on. What do you think
Have
about
a go.
it? What do you think? Any idea about that
Well,
one?
can we have a look at listen to those?
You can listen to one of these
these
again. Tickling Stick, which Ken brought in
Yes.
earlier. And remember, this was number one item
That was
brought in by
number
Mike
item. I've
Newman.
forgotten that, I think, now.
Well, which would you like to
Yeah.
hear out of these two? You want to hear this one again? Okay,
Tell us
Mike.
about the rest, these.
Mike brought you in the stationery and he said, no experts rise to this. Backtrack or you'll miss. So, we've got three on the table. One's got to be rejected. See, she was very adamant about that. Okay, Gramble?
Yes, okay.
Okay, we're going to get rid of the full house.
Yeah.
Yes, that's... Oh, it's gone from a car to a whatever.
But never won
Oh,
anything.
cat! Cat! Ken's not brought you over from Liverpool, has he? Right, so that's going, is it?
That's going.
All right, the
That's
full
going.
house brought in just now by Ken Dodd, who said, combining, not coming, but going. The secret's in showing your knowing, is what he said. Now then, how close are we getting to this one? Okay, combining, not coming, but going. Going might have made you think of a holiday. The secret's in showing your knowing. Well, the secret of this show is knowing which one to reject, of course. Combining, not coming. Well, if you take coming away from combining, you're left with Dusty Bin. That's it. The party from Garforth are with you all the way now. Wonderful. Sorry, Dusty, my friend. Off he goes. Well, at least you can breathe easier now.
That's right.
A nice prize you're going to have tonight.
Good luck to round, hey?
Yes, indeed. So, look, we have two on the table. I can read them both again as we're down to the final two. Ken brought you in the tickling stick, item number 3, and he said, Grandpa says chuck the heather. This might say when, not whether. Right. And the stationery brought in number 1 item by Mike Newman. He said, no experts rise to this, backtrack, or you'll miss. So, which one is going to be rejected out of the final two? Definitely this one here. Is that okay, Granville?
Yes, that's pretty much.
That's all right, yes. I'm afraid to look that way.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Right, you're going to reject the stationery brought in item number 1 by Mike Newman, who said, no experts rise to this, backtrack, or you'll miss, is what he said. Now then, are we? Come on. No experts rise to this, said Mike when he brought you in the box of stationery. Backtrack or you'll miss, so this sounds as though it should be good. Track has a connection with station from stationery. That should make you think of railways. As this is a Victorian music hall, how about Victoria Station? Well, that would have been the starting point, but to where? No experts rise from the first line is an anagram of a 3-2-1 holiday, but just take a look to where. Yes, it's a trip on the Orient Express, the most romantic train in the world, which will take you from Victoria Station on an unforgettable journey. First, it's the joys of the English countryside as far as Folkestone, and from Folkestone, a short channel crossing will take you to Boulogne to rejoin the Orient Express to start the major part of your journey. The style and comfort and standard of service are true reminders of the golden age of rail travel. Believe me, this would be a journey worth taking for the scenery alone, all the way to the historic city of Venice, and on top of all that, 4 days at a first-class hotel in Venice before flying back in the luxury of club class. A wonderful prize. Wonderful. However, this is the one you stuck with, the one that Ken brought you in, item number 3. Your prize, Ken Dodd brought you in the tickling stick. Grandpa says chuck the heather. This might say when, not whether. So, any idea?
Yes, it might be a bunch of heather.
Oh, a bit more than that, wouldn't you say? Right. Ken brought you in his tickling stick and said, Grandpa says chuck the heather. Another word for heather is ling, L-I-N-G. Now, if you chuck the ling from tickling, you get tick. Add that. This might say when, not whether, and you should get some sort of timepiece. Well, with Grandpa, what else other than this fabulous grandfather clock? Now, just take a look at this.
You're not getting up now.
Yes, Granville and Mary, it's a 6'6" long case clock. It's made by Henry Ward of Evesham. It was made in 1840, just 3 years after Victoria came to the throne, and it's got a hand-painted dial depicting a traditional Victorian landscape. Now, isn't that lovely? Lovely. Okay, Granville, Mary, come on. Let's go and take a look at it. Bring your tickling stick. Why not? There we are. In we go. Come on, Mary and Granville. Just go over there and take a look at that.
Lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful. There you are. 3-2-1, of course, worth a pretty penny. Remember, great prizes always in this show, but of course there is the money you won in the quiz, and Sheila Stiefel has that. Sheila, I don't know how to tell you this, but, well, you're going to tell us how much was it?
It is £270.
£270, folks.
Well done.
Lovely. Indeed. Congratulations, Steve. Mary, good luck. Travel, congratulations to you too. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next week. I'd like to thank everybody on the show, all our contestants, lovely Sheila Stiefel, of course Harold Taylor, and the one and only Ken Dodd. Till we see you next week, good night, everybody. Have a good week. Bye-bye now. Good luck. Hey! Come on down.
Thank you.